Welcome to the Hair Lab television show. This is the weekly information show bringing you real hair solutions. I'm Gary Brown, and we are broadcasting from New York City. Now, this is the hair solution show for all hair textures, and for the next 28 minutes, pull out paper and pen because we have valuable information about your real hair. And this show is for all textures. Now, also, we have old episodes running on YouTube. So if you miss a few shows on Hair Lab and you're just at home late at night and you want to catch up on some episodes, go to Lab Tv Nyc, Gary Brown on YouTube, and you can see some old episodes. Now, let's get the show on the road. Last week, our topic was hair breakage. That was part one. We're going to do part two today on hair breakage because the planet, this is the number one problem for everybody on the planet, hair breakage. How can I keep my real hair? Now, we're going to do a quick summary of what we talked about last week. Basically, the number one rule is, and I always say, nothing's going to make your hair grow. It's the living hair cells that makes your hair grow. So, understanding, as long as your living hair cells are alive, your hair will grow. Once your cells die, you have a bald spot. So, and another thing, this show, we concentrate more hair on the hair than the style. Hair comes first, then style comes. We want you to have your hairstyle, but the emphasis on this television show, hair comes first. We concentrate on this hair first, so you can have that style. Now, hair breakage is the number one problem on the planet. Everyone has problems losing hair, and they want to get a solution to try to grow their hair back. Now, we have all these television commercials talking about this shampoo going to make your hair grow, this conditioner is going to make your hair grow, take this vitamin, it's going to make your hair grow, all the things you want to hear. Now, products, certain vitamins, certain conditioners, certain shampoos, certain items helps develop your hair. But as long as your hair cells are alive, your hair will grow. Once those hair cells die, you have a bald spot. I don't care what vitamin you take, what conditioner you use, which shampoo you use, you will have a bald spot unless you do a hair transplant. Now, a hair transplant is something that they take living cells from one part of your body and deposit where the bald spot is. Then your hair will grow. That's the only time your hair will grow with dead cells if you get the surgery, and that's a lot of money. So they remove living hair cells, say from your back or a part of your body that has hair, and plant it where the bald spot, and then your hair will grow. But that's expensive. So now, we're going to concentrate on how not to do things to cause you to lose your hair. Now, everyone has a different situation. Some people on medication, that can cause you to lose your hair. Some people, it's hereditary through genetics. Maybe your mother's genes or your father's genes were transferred to you and causing you to lose hair at an early age, or receding hairline or a bald spot. A lot of times, you, the customer, or your hairstylist causes hair breakage. Now, we're going to get involved today. What can cause your hair to break. Doing chemical services the wrong way. You've been over-processed with a relaxer. You've been over-processed with the Japanese straightening. You've been over-processed with bleach highlights, getting highlights. And somebody did it the wrong way. Either you over-processed your hair and you totally destroyed your hair. That's one way. My golden rule, go to a professional when you're doing chemical services, such as relaxer, such as Japanese straightening, such as color, permanent color. A lot of times people will sleep overnight with permanent color in their hair. My aunt did that. And she called my mom and said, I have gray hair. And she told my mother that she put the permanent color in her hair and slept overnight. Her hair started falling out. And see, people do stupid things that they don't know what they're doing. A lot of times you could be wearing artificial hair for a very long time, such as a weave or the artificial braids, and you leave it in there 2 months, 3 months. Now you're not washing your hair, you're not conditioning your hair, you're not blow drying your hair, you're not doing or combing that hair. And see, when that hair gets tangled, that's when breakage can start. See, tangled hair. And for a long time, a lot of people been wearing weaves. They wear it for 2 months, 3 months, didn't take the weave out, didn't wash their hair, didn't wash their scalp, didn't condition that hair, and that hair gets tangled. And when that hair gets tangled, what's the first thing you do? You take a brush or you take a comb on some dry hair. I see it all the time, even at some salons where the stylist is supposed to be a professional and he or she is taking a comb or a brush on some dry hair and they're just yanking the knot out. You done pulled your own hair out. Golden rule, if you have tangled hair, it's a way to untangle that hair. We're going to get into that a little later. Also, if your hair is breaking, the last thing you want to do is use a hair brush. I don't care what nationality you are. You can be European, you can be African, you can be Asian, you can be Indian. The hairbrush is the last styling tool you should be using if you're trying to untangle hair, because what are you doing? You're ripping your hair. You're trying to rip the knot open. And then if you look at that brush, all that hair comes out in the hairbrush. This show is so different because we're going to talk about the topics that other people don't talk about, such as how you got the problem and what to do not to get into that problem again. See, we concentrate on how you got the problem, how your hair started breaking. Why did your hair start breaking? Were you using a lot of styling products, such as gel, holding spray, spritz, edge control? These are styling products that can cause you to lose your hair. But see, these products are designed to give you a style. Now, this is the main thing. We have to be honest with ourselves. If style is more important to you than your hair, this hair is not going to grow. I'm going to repeat. If the hairstyle is more important to you than your hair, you're going to lose some hair. See, a lot of times we pick the wrong hairstyle. See, you pick a style, maybe you want artificial braids. See, that braiding hair that you buy, that $2 pack hair, that's not hair, that's plastic. See, if you like the braids, braid your real hair. But see what goes on with that braiding hair, $2 pack, plastic. I don't even call it hair, it's not hair. It's plastic fibers. Now, what happens is the hairstylist attaches that artificial braiding hair to your real hair, and then she's attaching gel to it, and it's stopping your blood circulation because they pull it so tight. Plus, you leave it in there 2 months, 3 months, sometimes 4 months. Now, what goes on? You sweat. Summertime's coming. You're going to sweat. Rain is coming. Water affects this hair also. See, so now you got all this sweat. You've been walking in the rain. That plastic fiber is running to your scalp. Now that plastic fiber is going into your scalp, getting into your bloodstream, could cause a lot of sickness because it's artificial hair. It's not real. Number two, you have gel. You have holding spray. And see, that gel and that holding spray is real sticky. Now, what's going to happen to that real hair? Once that real hair touches that gel, once that real hair touches that holding spray and that spritz, it's going to get hard. Now, what's going to happen when it gets hard? It's going to get tangled. Now, you have tangled hair for 1 month, 2 months, maybe 3 months, and then you go to your hairstylist or you decide to take those braids out or the weave out, and now you have to detangle this hair. Now, guess what's about to happen, y'all? See, you got the gel, you have the holding spray. Some of you have glue up in your hair. See, style is so important to you that you do anything. I'll put some gel in there, I'll put some glue in there, I'll put some needle and thread. I want this style. I don't care what happens. But see, the way to fix this, people, you're gonna have to make adjustments if you're serious about you not losing your hair no more. You have to make that decision. I want to turn things around. See, so now we have the solutions here. See, before I get to the products, I want to concentrate on, are you willing to fix and stop some of the things you're doing, making adjustments? See, making adjustments. Now, I prefer a wig than a weave. Because see, at nighttime, you could pull that wig off, you can comb that hair once a week or every 2 weeks, you can wash and condition that hair until your hair develops and gets the right way. Now, a lot of you have great hair, but you just like switching it up. And you like, I want to be curly today, I want to be straight today, I want to be blonde today, I want to be brunette. Get a wig. Nothing wrong with switching it up. But see, when you're doing a lot of things to this real hair, it's different. See, you can always go out and buy you some artificial hair. But see, once you lose your hair, you got to wait for it to grow back again. Or if you do too much damage, you're going to lose your hair. And it's never going to grow again because you're going to kill the hair cells. Now, look, for more information about the show, call area code 646-612-4743. That's area code 646-612-4743. I see all these television commercials on television. We have vitamins. We have shampoo commercials. We have a lot of things. Dermatologists coming on talking about DH blockers can cause you to lose your hair and the follicles. They want to talk about that's important, but that doesn't make a difference. If you doing something yourself, if you doing the relaxer yourself and you're burning, or you're doing bleach highlights and over processing your hair, you're burning. You've been wearing a hair weave for a very long time and you leave it in there 2-3 months and don't wash, don't condition, don't comb, don't blow dry your hair, you're gonna lose your hair. You can take all the vitamins you want. Another thing, my European clientele, you get fooled by thinking a shampoo is gonna fix all your problems. They wanna sell shampoos. It's about this money. Nothing wrong with getting a great shampoo, but a shampoo is not gonna repair breakage. Shampoo is designed to cleanse the hair. See, you wanna add power. You need food. The conditioner is the most important product because the conditioner is the food. The shampoo is to remove things, not to add things, but you get fooled. You'll listen to the television commercial and it'll say, use this shampoo, it's gonna make your hair grow. And a lot of you are only shampooing your hair. You're gonna have to do more than the shampoo is important, but a shampoo is not enough. A lot of my European clientele out there, you're just shampooing your hair. Now, you go to the gym every day. I get it, but you must have a separate shampoo and a separate conditioner. Never buy the shampoo and conditioner together. Another thing, I'm seeing this stuff called dry shampoo. That doesn't make a brain of sense. Why would you put something on to cleanse your hair and you leave it on? You don't rinse it out. There's no such thing as I'm shampooing my hair and I'm gonna spray some stuff in there and it's a dry shampoo and my hair is clean. If you're using a dry shampoo and you think your hair is clean, you have to use water to rinse that stuff out. See, people, for some reason here, for some companies, money is more important than the service. Money is good, money is nice to be made, but you want to give your client a great result. I don't want to just sell you something so I can make money and it doesn't work. So many of you are buying products, you're buying shampoos, you're buying conditioners, you're buying all kind of things and it's not working. A lot of you going to the dermatologist, to the doctor is a medical doctor. They don't know what goes on in the salon. They don't know what goes on in the barbershop. They don't know how people are doing things at home they shouldn't be doing, but yet still they'll write you this prescription, take this medicine, nothing's going to work. See, you have to realize what you're doing wrong. Everyone's situation is different. Everybody has a different situation. See, a lot of you want your hair to grow, and a lot of you are serious and you've been doing so many things, going to buy so many products, trying different things out. Now, when you buy a conditioner, this is what you're looking for. Now, this is solution time. We spoke about the problems. This show's about solutions. So now let's get to the solutions. For my men that wear a lot of hats, that causes baldness up here on the top. A lot of you guys wearing your favorite sport team hats, you know, and you get a receding hair. Leave those hats alone. Maybe wear a hat, but take it off. Don't wear a hat all the time. You have to wash and condition, and you must blow dry your hair. Now, when you're purchasing a shampoo, if you have dandruff, if you have an itchy scalp, you want to kill bacteria, if you have a lot of gel in your hair and you want to remove it, try to get you a tea tree shampoo or eucalyptus shampoo. Now, this goes for my girls that's been wearing the braids and got all that glue and gel. To remove that gel and that glue, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get, I like the Paul Mitchell tea tree shampoo. They got eucalyptus shampoos. You feel that when you put it on your scalp, you're going to leave this shampoo on for about 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how much product buildup you have in there. Allow time for your products to work, people. See, this is how we're going to untangle those tangles, too. See, that hair is real tangled. You got glue up there. You have grease in there. You have holding spray. When you put your shampoo on, instead of you just rinsing it out right away, get the Paul Mitchell tea tree shampoo. I like the Redken clarifying shampoo. For my European people that have a lot of oily hair, get that Redken clarifying cream shampoo. When you put that on, lather it up, leave it on 5-6 minutes. See, the way the Hair Lab do things, we allow time for our products to work. See, so we're not going to be yanking and combing and brushing and yanking the knot out. Put that product on. Now, with the shampoo, once you do that, then rinse it out thoroughly. Now, the hair's still not untangled properly yet, so next is conditioners. Now, for my conditioners, I like soy or wheat protein. I prefer the keratin in there. Look for a conditioner with your amino acids in there. Aloe vera is good. With your conditioners, you're going to do the same thing. With my conditioners, I'll leave it on 10 minutes. Allow time for it to work, especially if you have tangled hair. Because guess what? By you trying to remove that tangle, that knot, you're going to rip that hair out and it's going to be on your brush. So this is what we're going to do. Solution. We're going to put that conditioner on, allow time for that conditioner to break that tangle up. Sometimes, now after 10 minutes, then start taking, if necessary, take a wide tooth comb. Don't use a brush. Take a wide tooth comb and try to pull, because some knots are really tight. Some people might have tangled hair, and once you put the shampoo on, it'll just loosen up. Everyone's situation is different. Everybody got a different situation, but allow time for your products to work. This is part 2 of hair breakage, y'all. I wish I had more time, because this subject matter is major. That's why they're selling so many products out here. And a lot of times, I hear some crazy information. And people are just gullible and they spend their money and it doesn't work. But look, for more information about the show, call area code 646-612-4743. That's area code 646-612-4743. People, the most important thing about this show, this is a solution show. Sure, we show styles and all, but this show is designed for you to have your real hair, to develop your real hair, to give you solutions for your real hair. If you're starting to lose hair, this is the show to be watching. If you're deciding to get a permanent color, this is the show to be watching. If you're deciding to get a Japanese straightening, this is the show to be watching. If you want to learn about different styling tools, what's a great styling tool, what styling tools are good to use, which leave-in conditioners are good to use, shampoos, products, new technology, this is the show to be watching because, see, we're ahead of the curve. I was doing Japanese straightening 4 years before it even hit the magazine. Hair Lab and Gary Brown told the planet in 1997 that keratin with a flat iron can straighten your hair. Now, I was first to do this keratin straightening, but I didn't put formaldehyde in the conditioner or methionine in the conditioner. See, this is what's going on now. They putting formaldehyde and methionine inside this thing they call the keratin treatment. Do not get fooled thinking you got a keratin treatment and you really got a chemical service. But anyhow, we'll have some shows on that. So we're almost out of time. For more information about the show, call area code 646-612-4743. And also, we will be showcasing bands and groups on this show. So if you have a musical talent or you're a vocalist or band, tune in. And you can showcase your work here on Hair Lab. So until next week, here at the Hair Lab, I'm Gary, and I want you to have a great hair day. See you next week.